Hey there, welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how I make the easiest deck possible, and it looks like this. Alrighty, deck is finished. Here you go for the new one, all the way across. Hey, welcome back to another video. Alright, so we're doing a deck today. It's going to be basically the same length as this other deck. Now, this other deck, I have a video on. Check it out if you want. So I got the wood, it's drying out, and that's the first thing you're going to want to note here, is that when you get pressure treated wood, you're going to want to dry it out. Mine's been drying for a couple of days. God. So first steps here when you're building a deck is to look at the codes in your area. I'm outside of Austin, where the codes are very lax. I can do whatever I want out here. Check yours because some places will make you do a bunch of stuff. Just be aware of that. And what you're building it on top of. So right here by the back of my house, it's a lot of clay, and then there's also rocks. You can see some shattered there. And then if you walk around over here, there's rock. And so it's not just like completely soft dirt. So take that into account when you're planning your deck. What's the ground? And how do I correctly stabilize it? Before you get to that, you are going to want to get a weed barrier. And so as you can see, there's some weeds growing up here and some weeds over there. But you want to get this. The link is in the bio. It's from Amazon. This one was actually really cheap. Then we also got some staples here, and this is to hold the weed barrier down. Now, the weed barrier is to stop the weeds, but it lets water drain through it so that there's not just moisture just built up under the deck. And I've listed some pieces up here on this deck, and it's all good. Like, there's no like mildew. You do want airflow to happen on your deck. So if you look there, when it's all trimmed up nicely, there is some airflow that can go, and we'll have something similar here. But this is a little bit higher than over there, so I'll build it up a little bit higher here, and then there'll be more airflow going through. So yeah, that's the kind of the groundwork. I'll start putting up the weed barrier now. All right, now that we got that kind of laid out, we're gonna make sure it's good over here in this corner. So stretch it all the way out. Start hammering these bad boys in. We're just gonna go down this way, and no one's gonna see this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Continue onward. Alrighty, now for this part right here, what I'm gonna do is try to tuck it under so that the grass doesn't grow in between the two decks. So I think I'll just cut it. And then I'll just tuck it under there. Alright, now we got it all out, and just so you know, oh, a little lightheaded. I'm getting 8 foot long, so this whole thing's gonna be 8 feet long. Well, actually, kind of like 8 3 inches. So the tarp is 8 inches. And so it will sit a little bit behind the deck. I would suggest going a little bit further and then maybe putting some like rocks out in front. Or you have the problem where you get, grass and weeds growing back into the deck. But if you just weed eat it, it's perfectly fine. So that's what I'm gonna do here. You're also probably wondering why I didn't clear out this whole thing. Why did I let some like grass and bushes and weeds like still be in here? It's because this will kill it. It's not gonna come up through. And if you look at this deck, there's only a couple weeds growing on the very edge that come up through the deck, and those are really easy to get out, so it works. The weed barrier works. So next up we'll start building the joist, and we'll get it. Let's go. All right, we got some of our 2x6s here, 2x6x8 if you're curious, and now we're gonna do 16 on center joist. So we're gonna mark those right now. So from here to here, 16 inches. All the way down, 16, 16, 16, 16. Move this one back. Make sure that the crown on the wood is going up and not down, so that when you step on it, it sinks down and straightens out. You can do that by simply picking up the board like this, and then look at it going this way, and you should see a slight curve up or curve down. If you can't really tell, then just pick one. So I already did it for these, so we're gonna go here. I'm not sure if I explained this, but I'm basically making 3 different boxes going 8 feet because that's what I have, 8 feet joist. So we're going 8 feet, 8 feet, and then it's like 3 or 4 feet here. No, it's actually like 5 or 6 feet there. So I'll frame this box out with my deck mate screws. These are 3-inch screws. Yellow color, get the yellow so that it matches with the wood. Yeah, let's put it all together. Alrighty, we got the box done, and man, it is hot out here. I like just getting flashbacks to working last summer building this home edition, and it was just hot, got heat exhaustion, you know, fun stuff. But back to this deck, so we got this all together. It's just one box, 2 screws on each side, 3-inch screws, so it's a good amount in there. I might end up putting another screw on each side. I'm not sure, I think that one has 2, but that's what I'm doing for now. Whoa, very caterpillar. Dang it. Oh! See that? Ugh. Alrighty, back to dropping this on my foot. Cool, so that's one. And do the other 2 boxes. Fun stuff, you know, so let's get it. Alrighty, we're back. And we have this box cut out. Not cut out, I didn't have to cut anything. But I'm gonna push that back, and then we have the last box to do. I just wanted to make one note is that I intentionally bought 8 feet pieces so I didn't have to do any cutting, and it will fit perfectly in this spot. So yeah, reducing the cut makes you reduce the time to do the project. So let's get this last box in. Good morning, it is a new day. Look, I got the 3 lined up there, and I just need to connect some more on these middle braces, or these double braces here, and that's where the boxes connect. One there, and then one down there. I'm just gonna screw a few more of these in there to hold it together better. There's already a few in there. Cool, so I got that settled out. I just wanted to make sure whenever you're putting these together that they are even, because if one's higher than the other, then you're gonna be able to fill it in when you put the boards on top. So make sure they're even. I just pulled them up and then put them together. So there we have that. Alrighty, next up we're gonna do the legs. Now I'm gonna start over in this corner here, and we're going to measure how tall it should be. So right here, I'm gonna do like 11 1/4, and we'll see if that works. Sounds like I need a new circle saw blade, but here we go, 11 1/4. And you're gonna just wanna make sure that you do, you measure yourself, obviously. All right, now we lift and we put the leg on. Now we got that leg there. Now we basically do it through the rest of the deck. I'm gonna start cutting some wood, and then I'm gonna start putting those in there. And I'll give you a tip here in a second. Okay, as you can see, I have some of the legs back there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's raining again, goodness gracious. But the trick I wanted to show you was this. It's not really a trick, but make sure you just get a long level, and then we're gonna level all the way at the top here, and just go down like that. So when you're putting your legs in, make sure it's level at the top, and then once it stops raining, maybe I can come to the bottom. But I gotta get inside now. Ah. There's a potato. Hey, Bobby. It is so cute. Are you gonna do? No. Hello. Alrighty, welcome back. It's another day. The sun is out shining. What's up, buddy? Yeah, that's real cool. Wow. Alrighty, back to the deck. Left off. Got all the things back there on. Now we're gonna do the front here. So the goal here is to make sure it's level, but with a little bit of slant down, so if water comes off the roof, then it can slant down towards here. There'll be cracks, so the water will go down into the ground, but you get the idea. Okay, stand up there. Yeah.
the same.
Okay, we got the legs all installed here. And now we're doing the middle braces, the leg braces, if you will. And so this looks kind of like taking a smaller piece of the 2x6, putting 2 screws in it, and then we're gonna put it straight like the middle of the joist. We're going like every 1, 2, like every 4, 3 or 4. Forgot how to count. So we're gonna have one here, one there, one there, and then 1, 2 there. And so that kind of stabilizes it more, since it's not a traditional, you know, base. A lot of people said this isn't a good idea in the comments, but it's worked out really great for that deck over there. That one right there, it's like 2 years old now, and it's never had a problem with it, so looking good. Whenever you're installing these, make sure you push down really hard. If you have weights, step on it, whatever you might do, push it down really hard into the ground so that it's not moving up and down, you know, whenever you screw it in. Got it. And remember, these are all pressure treated boards. It's pressure treated all the way through. I saw that Home Renovation was saying that some of his boards in his area were not pressure treated all the way through. So when you cut them, they were open. But the way they do ours here in Texas, they do look like they're pressure treated all the way through. So just take a look at your board when you cut it. It should look the same as the top. There's that. And let's take a quick look at this back here. Line. So we got that all done, and now basically go to the top now. Same distance across, of course. Question is it square? I'm not too sure. But if you look at the end here, it comes a couple inches off there, right there. And then if you come down to this end, oh my gosh! All good. It comes off a couple inches from the house right there. I moved it over a little bit to be straight with the deck, but then it looks like it's completely straight. And I do remember my architect measured my garage out, and it's a little catty-cornered from the main house over there before I did the addition. So there's that. And next up, we're going to lay out the pattern of the deck. I think we're going to do 1 big in the middle and 2 smaller on the side, and then 2 across. All right, we're gonna try this positioning here. Look at that, mastermind. 2 882, 886, 1 883, 787, 2 882, 688, 3 881. And then I'll make sure all the pieces are cut precisely. When I go through this, I'm not just gonna batch cut all of them. So this might change. Watch the video and find out. All right, so we got 3 rows in. They're not screwed down, just for measurements. A little bit different than I was planning. It's like 3 over here, and then it's 8, 8, and then it's about like 4. Yeah, the measurements are a bit off, but now that I have like a template in place, I can just go copy the template, batch cut it. I won't batch cut just in case there's some measurements or that it's like out of line, it's not completely square, you know? So I won't batch cut it, but I will take the template, cut it, and it'll be faster. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Basically, I'm not gonna cut 100 pieces. I'm gonna cut a few pieces, put them in place, and then go to the next few pieces. So yeah, that's about that. A little worried I don't have enough wood to get this done. And we also are on a time crunch. We have 2 more days until we move. I don't think I mentioned that. Did I mention that? We have 2 days until we move. We move Saturday, we're moving to a new house. So I'll do a full recap on how much money we made off of this house when we sell it. Besides that, we gotta get back into this, so let's do it. And here's a tip here, or a must do. You don't want your boards touching each other when you're screwing them in. So give them a little bit of room. And then screw them in so they're not right on top of each other. Now if your board is a little bit wet, you can make them a little bit closer, because when the water comes out, it will shrink it up just a little bit. And you don't want the gaps to be too big, or you know, your toes are gonna get stuck in there. So just enough to give it room to you know, fluctuate with the weather. Keep that in mind. And then also on here, how do you put your boards down? So on the end here, take off this of course, you'll see a rainbow. You want the rainbow when you put your board down. You don't want to smile, you want the rainbow so that it doesn't curl up. We'll notice that on some of the boards, it looks like it's curving naturally down, but the ends are still smiles. I have tended to put those the other way around. So yeah, I did that over there with some of the boards and they've been fine. Yeah, you can't tell, they're not curling. They're sitting just right, so just keep that in mind. That's that. Let's get back into it. Dun, dun, dun. What's up?
What's up?
What are you doing?
Just packing up.
Where are you going?
New house.
Are you a Zutato? Alrighty, deck is finished. It's been a couple months since I've even been to the house, but we're trying to sell it currently. It's looking nice. Look at that. Here you go for the new one, all the way across. Perfect height here. We got a little bit of inch there. So it's pretty easy to walk on. But yeah, all finished up. Great from out here. Go from the inside to the outside. Just like that. That's basically it for the video. Might be one of the last times I'm out here because yeah, we're selling it. So it's looking good and overall happy with the deck. Make sure you comment and make sure you subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. Alrighty, see y'all later. I'll see you out there.